Sound test, sound test. Let's see if we're coming through.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2.
If
I can hear that.
you can hear it.
Yeah, it's coming through.
Okay, is the quality okay? Can we get feedback from our admin?
That's you, Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie, that would be you. Maybe he can't hear.
Well, I can hear us coming through here, so...
So we should be coming through. We think sound is good. Just waiting for confirmation from somebody on the outside.
Preferably somebody in Scotland or nearby to Scotland.
Maybe the sound's echoing like mad. Are you able to hear it well enough to know if we've got any echo?
Oh, I think it's coming from the laptop, actually. That makes sense. No, I can't hear it well enough.
Testing, testing.
Right, I'll just do it like this.
Testing, testing. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming through.
It's coming through, and is
Yeah.
the quality okay? So, test, test. Okay, sounds like we're good to go there. In that case, we are ready to go live. Hello! Welcome to the ComPlus3 live preview. So we are coming at you live, and we're going to tell you all about ComPlus3 and the event that's happening next weekend, where Jason and I will be up for 24 hours non-stop.
In theory. We'll be fine. We've done it before. We can do it again.
Okay, so what is this? What is ComPlus?
That's a big question.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm a bit distracted by seeing myself over there.
Well, yeah, I can get rid of it now. It's all working. It's all good. Let me just get the chat back up again in case getting more people. Yeah. So ComPlus, we are an RPG charity, but we are also online. So therefore, we are able to do this in lockdown. It's like we knew all along. And we also fundraise for a charity called the Butterfly Project. So essentially we have supported this charity for a couple of years now. For people who have done this before, you'll know that this is a completely different time of the year that we're doing this, and there are various reasons as to why. But the main reason is that we need to be urgently helping them now rather than later.
Okay, so what's in store in this show? We're going to tell you a little bit about what ComPlus is. We're going to tell you a little bit about the charity we're supporting and why. We're going to tell you about the amazing things you can win, because this is an event where you can win. Oh, yeah, we just had confirmation that we can be seen and heard. Thank you. You can win hundreds of prizes, and lastly, we're going to show you the actual tool we use to give out the prizes.
Well,
we are going to have some prize fights, although we're not giving away prizes today.
No, but we're not just showing.
Yeah, you're going to be able to take.
You're going to be in it.
Yeah. So get in on the chat, and you will see that in a little bit. So this is just kind of a preview of all the things we've got coming up, and
spreadsheet, I forgot.
you will need the spreadsheet. Yeah. So, because faux production values, we also have, if I can get this to preview properly, here we go. We can see Jason working on his spreadsheet. There we go. We have multiple camera angles. We've got a bit of bleed out there. And but this one over here as well, you see. And what you might notice in the bottom of the YouTube video, somewhere down there, should be an icon that is different, that you don't normally get on YouTube videos. Now that icon allows you to go to a second stream that we're broadcasting at the same moment. That's on a completely different camera angle. It's actually kind of focused on this thing down here.
Very important.
And that is tracking our fundraising total.
Yes.
And also what's on that camera angle, hopefully it's got sound as well, we'll be testing that afterwards. And you can see the upcoming prizes. Now today, we've just created some temporary prizes that, you know, I could actually get this up on screen, couldn't I?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna do it right now if I can remember the URL. Okay, are we ready for this? Boom, prize schedule, there you go. So that's kind of what it shows. So today we're just going to do some test battles and you'll be able to take part in that. But at any time during the convention you can kind of flip over to that camera with whatever else is on screen and hear the studio, hear the behind the scenes stuff when we're playing videos and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, at any time it's kind of like a backstage audio thing, and as I like to call it, it's got the upskirting camera.
I think that's what it's going to be called now. But also, the Butterfly Project is apparently going to be putting on one of their own games as well, which
we'll talk
hoping
about that
to
in a
get
moment.
on.
So first of all, what is Com+3? It is a 24-hour non-stop live stream hosted by myself and Jason. Now in the past we normally have Lloyd as well, but because of the lockdown he can't come this year, but hopefully he'll be active in chat throughout.
Hopefully, Lloyd.
Touch wood. And during that live stream we give away prizes, hundreds of prizes. We have contacted everyone in the RPG industry that we could, and we have tons of stuff, and we're gonna show you some of that stuff today, and you're not going to believe some of the things we have to give away. They are amazing. In order to give those prizes away, we have this special 3D Colosseum. I'll give you a very brief glimpse. Here we go. Here's your brief glimpse. It's called Prize Fighter. So we have this 3D Colosseum, and by taking part in the chat, you get a gladiator in that arena, and they fight to the bitter death, and the winner gets the prize. And we'll show you that later. We need a few people on the stream and taking part in chat for that to happen. When you win prizes, your gladiator gets less powerful. But you can boost it back up by making donations to the charity, and the charity is after all what this is all about. And there's some really fun things that can happen in the arena, which we will show you some of in a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's not just any Prize Fighter, it's Prize Fighter 2.0. It's very different from last year, so lots of new features that we're going to go through.
Yeah. And as we give away each prizes, for some of them we've got little interviews with the creators, so you get to meet lots of people in the RPG industry. So we do these sort of short 20-minute interviews with some of them, and we change who it is every year. So so you get little interviews, talk to the brains behind all of the products that we all love and play. And of course, during that time, you can always switch to camera 2 and hear us drinking coffee and moaning about how tired we are. Now, near the start of the convention, there will actually be a third camera there. Now, because what's happening, about 2 hours into the 24-hour stream, the Butterfly Project itself is going to start live streaming from Uganda, and they're going to start live streaming a live play of a game. That's our smoke alarm. I think next door's having a barbecue. We'll have to sort that out in a minute. So they're going to live stream. I think they said it was Starfinder.
Oh right, okay. I wasn't sure they confirmed it yet. That's good.
Yeah.
They do like their Pathfinder and Starfinder.
They do, yeah. The older kids definitely are big Pathfinder fans, and they've been playing a lot of stuff. Or they've been playing with Starfinder recently.
Yeah.
The younger kids at the project tend to prefer 5e.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll be streaming from Uganda. So it's about time we really, I think, talked a little bit about Uganda, why we're supporting this project, and why it's being live streamed from Uganda.
Yeah. So essentially they are a school. Now the school does a lot of teaching to do with like kids becoming change makers, entrepreneurs and things like that. So they're able to go out and either start a business or kind of start themselves up with opportunities that they wouldn't necessarily have if they were just living in the slums like most people around there. But a big part of their learning comes from playing games. So things like role-playing, LARPs, board games, all sorts of things. But it's all done with things behind it like project management, creativity to kind of go out into the community and apply their skills. So lots of kind of crossover skills that help them with real things in their immediate area and beyond, really.
Yeah, so essentially this is a school that takes some of the most underprivileged children in the world from the slums of Kampala and the rural villages in the remote parts of northern Uganda. And it's a boarding school, so the kids come along, they get an education. But in the evening, there's all this extra time where they've still got the kids. So, and they've finished their learning for the day. Audio is a bit low.
It's a bit low. Okay.
Okay. Is that this dial here? This one?
No, it's the first black one.
First back. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. That has boosted the audio levels. Hopefully you can hear
that's
us
a bit better. Yes.
Let us know if that's good.
Mm-hmm. Actually, if you wouldn't mind checking the second camera and the sound on that, that'd be good as well. Because I think that the other mic is
audio is great.
Sensitive.
Awesome. We've had feedback. Oh, okay, great.
Well, so not literal feedback, or else we'd be.
So this is a school that takes some of the most underprivileged children in the world in a country where the average age is only 16.
Yeah.
Because 80% of the population die before age 30. So, and as I was mentioning with quieter audio, the kids, it's a boarding project, so the kids stay at the school, and in the evening, the school uses board games and role-playing games, not only to entertain the kids, but also to continue their learning. And and during the convention, you will get to meet some of the kids. We've got some film footage that we will be showing you. We won't be showing that today. Board games and role-playing games are a fundamental part of what they do out there, which is why we originally chose to support this charity. However, the lockdown is having a profound impact on not just the project itself, but also Uganda, because what's essentially happened is the poorest people, they can't work. There's a lockdown, they can't go to work. And what should be happening is they should be getting food supplied to them by the government. Now, I'm not going to comment on why it's not getting through, but it isn't getting through to the poorest people. So
same with things like coal and soap and sort of basic things you would need in order to live out there.
Yeah, well, charcoal, you mean.
Yeah, charcoal.
they don't have power plants in the slums of
charcoal.
Yeah. So,
it's a rehearsal.
The basic supplies aren't getting through to the poorest areas at the moment, and that is true both in the slums of Kampala, but also in the remote rural villages. So what the school is doing is it's supporting its children first of all. Even the ones because all the kids have had to go back home. So even the kids that have gone back home to the villages in the north, the school is first of all, it's paying for the internet connection so they can keep in touch and keep knowing what's going on out there. But secondly, it's sending them the money that the kids need for their families to eat. Because what we're beginning to see is the beginning of a famine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for the kids that are closer in, to the centre itself in Kampala, they are providing food parcels not just for the families of the children who go to the school, but also other families in the slum districts. So they're providing, as you mentioned, food parcels. They're providing charcoal for cooking, and they're also providing anti-COVID-19 hygiene training, because these are people that don't have access to or good access to information. So they've been teaching about social distancing, giving them the soap to wash their hands, and explaining why it's so important right now. So the work they're doing out there is really the only lifeline that so many families have, to the extent that 2 days ago, a young child arrived at the centre, and they desperately needed medical attention. It was a young boy, and what he needed was pins putting in his legs. It was proper serious. And also, his brother had been bedridden for a month already. He was very sick as well. But the family couldn't afford food, let alone doctors. But because of the money we've already managed to raise just in the build-up to the Complas 3 event, they were able to not only get that kid into hospital, but to get a doctor to come to help the brother as well. And over the weekend, they've been sorting out another round of food parcels for local families in need.
Yeah.
So this year it really is desperate, but what makes it more important than ever that we do a good job fundraising is that because of the lockdown, a lot of the sources of revenue for the school have disappeared. Or a lot of their fundraising channels are now they can't use and they can't do. And critically, the gift aid support that related to them being a school, they're not getting that money either. So when we spoke to them 5 weeks ago, they had 6 weeks left until they were running out of money and then having to close the doors. So that's why we've brought Complas 3 forward.
Yeah.
And it's why we set the date for the moment they'd be running out of money to give ourselves as much time as possible to put this all together. And we have spent the last 5 weeks preparing for this big convention that we are holding next weekend, where we're going to live stream for 24 hours, and you're going to be entertained.
Yeah, absolutely. But the good news out of all this, as Becky said, we've had some very generous donations already that has helped people, say those two boys who were very sick. But also, as far as we know, the school can continue, at least, was it for another month at least?
We've already raised a little over £1,500 for this convention. The website and our fundraising total is based on both years, so that's at £5,806.30. I wish somebody would donate 70p to get rid of that fraction.
Round it up.
So that's based over our last 2 years, but we've raised over 1,500. It's over 1,600 because we were just shy of over 1,800. We were just shy of 4,000 at the end of last year's convention. So we've almost raised 2,000 already. They've already got almost 2 extra months. It costs about 1,000 a month to do everything they're doing.
Yeah. So anything that you donate, you will see the effects of your donation in a week, possibly even less. Because, like Becky said, with these updates we've been getting from the Butterfly Project, they've been telling us, these donations have helped with this, they've helped with that. Also, something new for UK residents is we do have gift aid as well that you can add to your donation to give it a little boost if you want. But unfortunately, it is only UK people that can do that because of
it's a UK government tax incentive thing for charity giving. So that is now available on our website. So you can go to complas.live, create an account, and make a donation. You don't have to create an account, but if you do, you can then add the gift aid if you're in the UK. And also, critically, if you create an account first, we'll then give you some denarii, some virtual currency that you can use to decorate and boost your gladiator in our 3D arena. Which we'll come to a little bit later, but before we do that, should we have a chat about some of the prizes you could win?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, where shall I start? Because there is quite a few. We've got.
Should we do it alphabetically?
Oh yeah.
And while you do that, there's gonna be a loud noise. I've got to stop this smoke alarm from beeping away.
I wonder if it's the battery.
It's the sealed unit, so the only thing I can do is reset it.
Okay, shall we do that first then?
I think that's done it. God, that was loud.
Sorry for deafening you all. I'm so sorry. I wasn't quick enough to the mic. Oops.
I should have muted that maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Never mind.
Really sorry.
Again, it's a rehearsal. And it to be fair, it literally started like
just after
as
the stream
we went
started,
live.
yeah.
So.
Which is not the only technical hurdle.
No.
We don't know if we're going to be able to multi-camera next week because as we went live,
We were so ready to go live and we hit the button.
YouTube said live streaming is not available at the moment. So we think that might be because of this multi-camera setup that we've got that's not available on the new YouTube studio. So we went back to the old YouTube studio after a few minutes of panic and we were able to get it working. But when we went into that, there's a message saying, we're deleting this feature.
We're fizzling this out. So hopefully it'll still be there by next week.
Yeah, touch wood.
Hopefully. But anyway, on to nicer things. So, I think, I mean, I can go through these. We have got a lot of new sponsors this year. Quite a lot of smaller sponsors as well, which we've been really excited to kind of get on board.
Stuff you wouldn't normally sort of come across and find. It's great.
They're like little hidden gems, which is lovely. The first one, 2 Minute Tabletop. Lovely guy called Ross who makes these maps, which take sort of 2 minutes to set up type thing. So you can either print them out for your face-to-face game back when we had such things. You can also integrate into Fantasy Grounds and stuff like that. He's giving away 3 prizes worth of 10 maps each. And also he gave a fantastic donation to the project, which I'm really happy about. AbTab is back on board with some codes. Not quite sure what they are yet, but they're going to come through very, very soon. Angry Hamster Publishing as well.
We have them here.
Yes, Angry Hamster Publishing. We have physical prizes here.
I'm gonna switch on to the handheld camera. If you want to go grab.
Sure. Although I need to make sure I don't trip over the mouse. Let's do that instead. Okay. Right. So we've got 3 physical books from them this year. We've got Familiars of Terror. And we've got Witch, Fated Souls is in sort of sealed plastic as well. Very nice. And we've got the latest product, Afterlife Wandering Souls.
That's supposed to be quite good, that one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a lovely interview with Liz about that, so you'll be able to know all about the different books and kind of go into their fantasy world of Witch and Afterlife and so on.
Oops, wrong camera.
Yeah,
there we go.
I'm just sitting down, it's okay.
I'm just getting the practice in.
Now, one that we got, we're speaking with literally today, is a lovely company called Basically Wooden, so they're going to be sending us some stuff.
You've skipped one though.
I have, we have got Atlantis miniatures on, but again, we're not quite sure what they're sending us.
Okay, we're still confirming what that'll be.
Yeah. Thing about sponsors, especially this year, is, they are updating by the day, so not everything will be as it is next week.
Yeah,
so
yeah. But we shouldn't be deleting any, because this is all what we're giving you is the confirmed stuff, but we're still talking to some sponsors, so there may well be more. We've even had a few come in this morning, just
like Basically
done
Wooden.
and dusted. So we put this together in 6 weeks. Okay, 5 so far.
Benjamin Deskovich is back. Again, he's going to give away some Dead Letter and Dragon Choir PDFs of some of his fantasy novels. Brutal Games is back on board this year, which I'm very happy about because we are big lovers of cooperation, and that's how fate brought us together. He's going to be giving away some very nice PDF bundles, which we have carefully picked out. Especially for people who've never played Corporation before, it's everything you need, plus lots of other stuff in order to play, so that's really good. Chaosium, they have gone really big this year. Again, they are a recurring sponsor, but they're going to be giving away 3 more vouchers for their website, and I know that they have just released something, literally 2 days ago as well, about kind of scenarios and stuff.
Yeah, so, they're not small vouchers either.
No. They, like I said, they've really upped their game this year. So there's a $25 voucher, a $50 voucher, and a $100 voucher. That's a lot of stuff that I really want but can't have. Okay, we have also got
one thing we should say actually is as we're going through these.
Yeah.
Like last year we had this 8-foot long prize table, but because of lockdown, we can't post that much stuff this year. So what we're doing is we've asked our sponsors to go to more toward doing vouchers and PDF prizes, and some will be sending out physical prizes directly. We'll have a few things here, but just because of lockdown, if we posted everything ourselves, we'd still be doing it 6 months after the event. So we've got a lot more vouchers where you essentially choose what you want, and also, as I say, there's a few sponsors that will be sending stuff direct because it's just not viable this year for us to be posting that much stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so a new sponsor again, Deep Dog Designs. That was a lovely surprise when they came on board.
Yeah, so what these guys are, they're basically got tons of 5e stuff. They've got like a long archive of amazing things they've done with 5e, but their prizes are everything. Yeah. Like you get the whole catalogue.
And it's huge. You can go and drive through and look at it. Like you were showing me all their Bauble books and stuff. And I'm like, there's a lot of books here, and they're all really cool and full of really interesting
and useful they're very funny. They sent me a copy as well. So it's there's some really good stuff, and some of it I'm intending to use myself in my own games. But not only that, not only they're doing 3 prizes. You get their full catalogue if you win, but one person gets a physical book of their new Thunder of the Thorn adventure, which is their biggest thing they've ever done.
Yep.
And I'm getting the impression that this is like a really huge thing.
Yeah.
Huge book
it's
for
a big book.
Yeah.
Yes. Next up we have Dice Machine, which is done by Mark Whittington, who sadly currently has coronavirus. Which we learned
get well soon.
Days ago. So yeah, get well soon. But he is giving away 2 core rulebooks of his Black Code book, which is kind of dark cyberpunk, if you're into that. It specifically focuses on transhumanism and stuff like that, so you can literally be any kind of creature / human design that you want. But the 3rd prize is really special. You get a core rulebook of the Black Code. You get signed, yes. Yeah. So it's a physical copy. You get a poster map, and then with the new book that's going to be coming out in the autumn called Rise of Tartarus, you get a signed copy of that. But also, you get to name one of the NPCs in there.
Well, that's a surprise you don't normally get.
No. So, really knock yourself out with that. D&B Games is back again this year.
Yeah, they were our star prize last year. They were the people, Andy, who's behind D&B Games, did us this amazing fully painted resin dungeon on a huge scale.
Yeah.
This year, we're still talking to him to confirm the prizes. We think it's going to be a couple of starter sets and then this new dungeon.
Yeah, there's a new set that he was supposed to release for a con that happened a few weeks ago, but again, didn't happen.
Yeah, because the con was cancelled, not because he didn't release or anything.
Yeah. So he's kind of doing it for this now. So it's like it's another kind of walled set of tiles. Looks very nice. There's some previews on the Facebook page if you want to have a look. We have Dungeons on a Dime, who are also new. So again, small company, but he is doing a couple of his own RPGs called In the Red. Successful Kickstarter happened very recently, and there's going to be 2 very rare packs which contain a few sort of maps and things in there, and then there's going to be 1 legendary PDF pack, so there's going to be even more stuff in there. Evil Hat have been with us since forever, and they're going to be giving away 3 more of their $25 vouchers to spend in store.
Can I just say hello to Feral Gamers, who's just joined us in the chat. So
Oh,
next up
fantastic. Well
is
sponsored. Feral Gamers Inc. It's like he knew. So yeah, Feral Gamers, they've been very generous this year. Again, huge bundles, because some people might think, oh yeah, the physical prizes are the most impressive because they're right there and you can see them. But actually, this year we've had some huge PDF bundles which are worth a lot, and this is one of them. So, first prize.
Raphael.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you looking on that chat?
I am, yes.
I was like, how does she know?
But yeah, as we say, we did with our sponsors not to do so much post this year because of the lockdown. So,
But they've really delivered.
yeah, they have.
So, first prize from Feral Gamers Inc. is a bundle of the Hunters of the Chalice Lands and Lands of the Sun Dragons, which is kind of a unique setting for the OSR. You've got Delve RPG, which we talked about quite a lot on the interview. It's quite interesting. Basically, it's fantasy, and it is quite similar to D&D, but it does use its own system, and the point is that you are actually washed up on an island, and you have no idea
Is that the one
what it is or anything. It's
Oh,
got
no,
a
I
little
think
bit of a
I've
Monkey
seen it.
Island vibe. It's sort of a bit comical in places.
Oh, okay.
Which I like. I've always liked that kind of piratey desert island
Hmm.
thing. So it's quite interesting for a D&D style kind of game. And as Jay said, no one's ever done it before. And also the third prize is an RPG bundle of Ghost Ops with literally everything in there for Ghost Ops, which is worth over $100.
Ooh,
It's
nice.
huge. Now we have Filigree Forge, which are another new sponsor. They have done a book called Every When, although you might know them more as doing the New Barbarians for Lemuria Mystic Edition, I think it's called. But Every When is still for the same rule set, but you can do it for any setting or place or time that you want.
Okay.
So we've got 2 of those softback to give away, and then we have a hardback with all the PDF supplements that go with it as the third
Oh,
prize.
cool. That's a big one.
Yeah, so it's very, very nice. Free League Publishing are back. Of course, you'll know them as doing Simba Realm and other things. Again, still confirming exactly what they're going to be giving us, but I'm assuming it's going to be some PDFs quite similar to last time. They did some sort of Simba Realm bundles. We've got Gallant Knight Games, which are famous for their tiny system. So we've got Tiny Dungeon and Tiny Frontiers PDFs to give away. And they've also done an RPG called Cold Shadows, which is kind of espionage and
I don't know that one.
stuff.
So is that like a modern day?
Yeah, it can kind of depend on where you want. So you could do it in World War II, for example, or maybe even Cold War, Russia, something
You do
like
the
that.
special operations
Yeah.
executive all the
Yeah,
way
exactly.
through.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
cool.
quite loose on where you want to set it really, which is cute. Green Ronin, one of our recurring sponsors again. They're back with some Expanse stuff for you.
Ooh.
So we've got PDFs of the Expanse core rules. We've got 2 prizes of those, and then the third prize is the entire line of the Expanse RPG. So the core rulebook and
Nice.
all the supplements that come with it,
Nice.
which again is a lot.
So next one, I haven't. No, actually, it's still what it should be green. She came on this morning.
That's why I don't recognise her.
Yes, Hannah Rose is a Wizards of the Coast freelance writer. She's also done some stuff independently, and she is supporting us as herself. So she's going to be giving us College of the Opera and Cartographer. So still talking to her because it's all sort
Again,
of fresh this
literally
morning.
this morning.
Because she was one of our other new sponsors basically put me in touch, and so yeah, that's very fresh. So yeah, next up is another one that came in this morning. So Hero Forge are supporting us with a prize. Hero Forge is the website where you can basically design your hero in 3D and then get it 3D printed and then you can paint it up and have it your designed hero
Yeah.
as as a miniature.
Mm.
So very popular website, and they've given us a voucher. This one you know him better than me.
Well, yeah, Heroic Maps. So again, they have been with us since the beginning. And for those of you who remember last year, where we had 2 of their prizes go to the Butterfly Project, you now have a second chance to win a $50, a $100 voucher, and a $200 voucher for their entire catalogue. So if you win that, obviously we'll give you contact details, but you can choose anything you want, obviously within the price range in their catalogue. And they have so many maps. They are making maps, by the week. So you'll have a lot to choose from, and potentially will never need any more maps ever again.
And also, just on that topic, because yes, last year the Butterfly Project did actually win their first and their second prize.
Yeah.
We've changed it this year. They can only win a single prize from a sponsor.
For that reason.
So just so everybody understands how this works, and you'll see how this works a little bit later.
Yeah.
When we do our gladiator battles, we also have a champion that represents the charity, because the thing is, the kids that we're raising money for are also gamers.
Yeah.
So when we came up with this system, I thought I'd like them to be able to get some stuff too.
Yes.
So they have a champion in the arena, and we've changed the way that works this year. But what happened last year is that champion happened to win the Heroic Map Star Prize and the second prize, because they're in every fight. It was like not a strong gladiator, but because it was in every fight, over the course of 24 hours, it would win a fair number, right? It just happened to win both the big Heroic Map ones. So we've made that not possible this year.
Raphael has a question. Hello,
Ooh.
Raphael. I have to confess, what are these prizes you are talking about for? I'm assuming that you came on a bit later.
So these will be giving away next week. We're at, from 12 o'clock UTC, so 1 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Europe, 8 a.m. New York, 5 a.m. San Francisco.
Yeah.
Can't remember the
Sometime in the
time
future in Australia.
Yeah. So we're going to be streaming. Jason and I will stream for 24 hours, giving these prizes away to raise money for a charity that is on the verge of closure, that is doing amazing work, raising or supporting the world's poorest gamers. So these are children from the slums of Kampala, from the remote rural villages in the north of Uganda, and kids that otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity. But what's really amazing about these kids is that they're gamers like us. So, and we'll talk more about that during the con, but also we did at the start of this stream as well.
Yeah.
So you can always rewatch it later and when we spoke about that.
But in the meantime, if you want to head to Complus.live, you'll get a lot more information about the Butterfly Project, why we're doing this now as opposed to at our usual time of the year, and if you want to throw in a donation as well, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's a really good cause. Enough of a good cause that Jason and I, when we heard that the charity was facing closure, we thought, no, screw that, we're going to save it.
Yes.
So we're organising this massive event that'll be happening next week. This is the preview, where we're talking about the prizes that we're going to be giving away, and it will all be given away in 24 hours next weekend, starting at midday UTC, 1 o'clock for us Brits.
Raphael says, wow, amazing, glad to hear that is a really good initiative.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. Right, next on our list of sponsors and
Ooh,
prizes.
we have a physical for this one.
Ah, yes, that's right.
The actual ones we're giving away haven't arrived, but I love this thing so much that I happen to own a copy myself. So here we go.
Okay. So this is from Inked Adventures, which is a little, you can see a pack of cards, but it's not just a regular pack of cards. It is essentially cards with maps on them.
But they're also playing cards, and they also have dice on them.
Yeah.
So lay a few out.
What, on my lap?
No, we've got a thing right here.
Ah, yes, okay. So we've got, say, for example, we've got some Ancient Warrens.
Oh, oh my god, the camera thing. Right, don't worry.
What was that noise?
It's sliding because I need to do a thing.
Oh, right.
And they all connect as well. If you push them closer together, they do actually connect. So these are playing cards that you can build an old school style map with, and also do dice rolls with, and also use them as playing cards. I just love them. I think they're absolutely adorable.
They're such a good, they're such a good idea because they're so quick. You've got a lot of inspiration there, even if you don't use them. But then you've got all these different mechanisms you can use.
And let's say you're playing an adventure and you just you've introduced or you want to introduce a dungeon environment. You just pull a card and go, okay, we're going into a no corner gallery of unusual orientation.
That's a very long title. It's like a black metal album. But yeah, so we are going to be. We are still talking to Inked Adventures, but we are going to be giving away some cards.
No, well, we've pretty much finished on it. He's posting us 3 sets to give away.
3 sets.
They just haven't had a chance to arrive yet, so that's my personal set. Because I love those things. I think they're amazing.
Awesome. Okay, next on the list we have got, again, another recurring sponsor, Jesper Schmidt is back. Now he's going to be giving away some of his fantasy map maker books, and that's going to be part of the Hall of Fame. Now the Hall of Fame, it's not linked to Prize Fighter, but it is some extra prizes that we give away, because there are some people who either watch the stream all the way through, or they're really good at chatting all the time, and we kind of want to give something back to those people, so that you kind of see more details on the website as well, but people who we think have been the most dedicated in certain ways during the stream, they will be getting some fantasy map makers as well.
Yeah, and if you want to see an example of the kind of things, we change every year exactly what we give these away for. But if you look at the previous, if you go on the website, use the menu and look at previous year's telethons, so the 2019 and 2018 telethons, you can see the kind of things that we do.
Yeah.
I think absolutely we need to bring back Leroy Jenkins though, because that was
absolutely. There are various hilarious titles. Okay, we've also got Jonathan Green coming back.
Ooh, awesome.
Now it's got a little bit of a Christmas theme this time, although it's one of his latest products, that'll be why. But he's going to be giving away 'Twas the Night Before Christmas hardback, along with a pack of Krampus-themed cards and a bookmark. Now, you might think, okay, a bookmark, but the bookmarks that he produces normally have all the stats on that you need in order to play, say, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So they all integrate really nicely.
Although he's a book author, he kind of multimedias it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is a big fan of game books and choose your own adventure books like Fighting Fantasy.
Chav's back!
What?
Chav's back!
Oh, Chav Hunter! I wondered what you were saying. Hello! Awesome. Yes. So, Ronnie, absolutely. Christmas themed stuff would be useful because it is coming up in the future.
Well, technically, always is. I mean,
yes.
It's sort of as far away from Christmas as you could possibly be.
But yeah, absolutely. I mean, what kind of a Christmas present would that be? A Christmas themed Christmas present. But yes, he's giving that away. Kakapopo TCG are also back this year. Now they are going to be giving away one of their steel briefcases, which is one of their new products.
So this is the kind of thing that you store miniatures in. With the foam insert that you sort of cut holes
and then you just
in and put your stuff in. So that's really awesome. We won't have that in the studio. They're going to send it direct.
Yeah. Okay, a new sponsor, Metal Weave Games, as well as coming on. So, Metal Weave Games, they do a lot of animal and bestiary based stuff. Bestiary-based stuff. Again, kind of D&D themed. But for example, there's the Atlas Animalia PDF they're giving away, which is kind of some really nice artwork of different beasts and animals that is great for inspiration and just as a nice book to flick through. They've also got the Baby Bestiary, which sounds really, really cute, which it is. It's basically, if you have all the stats in the monster manual, but they are really small and really tiny and have only been around for maybe a couple of months or so, there's kind of rules of training them up and being your familiar and stuff like that, which is quite cool. Miniature U as well are back on board.
Say back on board because they weren't ready.
Yeah, I mean they were very interested and wanted to get on board, but they weren't ready because essentially their product is very, very new. I believe it was even in alpha mode when we first met them.
Yeah, so they're now when we spoke to them a couple of weeks ago, they said we should be in beta by the time of your event.
Yes.
Now, what this is, it is unfortunately going to be limited to somebody who has access to an iPhone 10, and there's a technical reason for that. It's not because they hate Android, but what they do is they use the camera on the iPhone 10 or above to scan you in 3D, and then they take your head, the scan of your head, and then from a big library of 3D models they've got, they put your head onto a 3D model, so you can be a Roman gladiator or a senator or a World War II soldier, anything you want. So they're going to give us some voucher codes for that. If you don't have an iPhone 10, then well, hopefully you'll know someone that you can sort of quickly scan your head on, and then you can have these sort of really awesome custom posed miniatures with your face on. Modiphius are again supporting us, which was really awesome actually. I'd just like to say it's really awesome because Modiphius are closed at the moment in the lockdown, but they're going to give us some vouchers to use for PDFs on their website. So Mongoose as well are back, which is great to see, and I believe they're sending these out direct. These are physical prizes, I think, aren't they? Jason can't hear me, he's in another room.
Oh, yes, yes they are.
Yes, the physical prizes, they're going out direct, and they are going to give us 3 Traveller starter sets plus journals. I don't know what the journals is.
Yeah, the journals are essentially supplements for Traveller. They kind of contain nice sort of background fluff and inspiration and things. I think there's about,
cool.
There's like over 10 of them, I think. There's a few.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, he said he's going to throw in a few of those in there as well, which is
awesome.
really cute. Right, where are you?
Now
MT
MT Black. Now the biggest author on DM's Guild is a guy by the name of MT Black, and he is supporting us this year. So what he is giving us, and I have to read this off because I don't remember.
The Kalimshan Adventurer's Guide.
Yep. I don't yet know what these things are.
Okay. We have got Mordenkainen's Tome of Marvelous Magic.
And then this is kind of like a Star Prize one. This is a compendium, The Complete Adventures of MT Black Volume 1.
And how many or so are in there?
I don't know.
Yeah, but approximately.
I only spoke to him yesterday.
I'm assuming it's a lot more.
This is the guy that is the biggest author on DM's Guild, so he's done quite a few books, and his stuff is very highly regarded, even by Wizards of the Coast, because they're given the top authors on there get I forget what they call it on DM's Guild because I'm not a big user of it, but
no.
But yeah, I mean this guy is the man, as it were, in that space. So.
Chaffant has a question.
Ooh.
He says, did the kids in Uganda apply for the D&D activity kit that gives groups the legendary package on D&D Beyond?
I have no idea.
I'm afraid I don't know either. I'm not sure, but we can ask them. Right, a recurring sponsor we've got back again has been with Compla since the beginning, Mystical Throne Entertainment. He's giving away, or the man behind Mystical Throne Entertainment, is giving away some bundles, so Little Heroes Deluxe PDF, the Fallen PDF, and also Beyond the Firelights Deluxe. So these are all different sort of role-playing systems that I'll talk more about on the day. But yeah, they look really innovative. Some of them are quite dark and a bit gothic, and then like Little Heroes is a bit more light-hearted, but still really, really cool. Great to see him back again. Onyx Path are also back again with some huge bundles. In fact, I don't entirely know the gist of literally how much is in these ones. But we're going to be giving away a Scarred Lands PDF bundle, which is a setting for 5th edition essentially. Scion 2nd edition PDF bundle as well, and also a huge selection of the fiction publications surrounding Onyx Path, so for example Scarred Lands and Scion and other things they've released. There's lots of fiction for these as well, so there's going to be a huge one for that, and Matt said he's happy to throw in plenty of those. That'll be amazing.
Can I just answer a question from Chav there? If you
Yes.
want to email us the details, Chav Hunter, that would be great because I can forward that to the charity. Email us at conplusteam, CONPLUSTEAM, at gmail.com, and I'll forward that information to the charity. Thank you. Oh, Jason's going to put it in chat for you.
Cute. Okay. Next we have Paizo. So Paizo, they are going to be giving away some big PDF bundles this year. They couldn't do physical, unfortunately, but they've made it with some amazing PDF bundles. So essentially, we have got a starter pack for both Starfinder and Pathfinder. So 2 separate prizes there, which has got a load of stuff in. So it's got things like the core rulebook, of course, because you need that. It's got things like the Alien Archive for Starfinder or the Monster Manual for Pathfinder. It's got a couple of quests in there which are available on the Pathfinder Society, and also they've thrown a load of Starfinder and Pathfinder Society scenarios. Normally for lower levels, there are a couple in there for higher, but yeah, there's an absolute load of stuff in there to get you.
Wow, I didn't realise there was that much in those packs.
Oh yeah, this took me ages to put in with all the links and stuff. The third prize is in a similar vein, but essentially it's all the more experienced stuff for Starfinder and Pathfinder in one prize.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got things like the Alien Archive 2, you've got Starfinder Character Operations Manual, you've got, going to Pathfinder, you've got the Game Mastery Guide, Lost Omens, and again plenty of Pathfinder and Starfinder Society scenarios for higher levels in there, so really good stuff. Next one we need the camera for.
Ah, right.
We were very pleased with
and
this
you
one.
you can right. So what you're about to see isn't the one you'll actually get, because the one you'll actually get is going to be custom made for you, and you can actually do some choosing yourself. All right. What you're going to see is my one of these, which is a few years old now, but still looks as amazing as the day I got it, pretty much. And I'm going to come over in a moment. The problem is you're not going to be able to see what you're filming, are you?
No,
You're just going to have to guess. I'll sit here then and I'll try and guide you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch over to the handheld camera now, and you're going to see a pretty amazing thing. I'm just trying to get... before I do, can you step back a bit? Alright, and tilt up just slightly. There we go. Boom! You're going to get a custom-made modular battlefield. Now, you can use this either for wargaming or role-playing, which is really cool. So you get this kind of hill piece that can either go on top of that or separately, the road section and some ground. These ones have magnets along the edge, so it kind of snap locks together. And these are, this is a professional grade. I've come off now. A professionally made modular battlefield from Pedion Terrain, and I use a lot of Pedion stuff. I have a couple of their battle boards, and I use them in role playing rather than, I'm not really a wargamer, but I use a couple. What I really love about them, they've got all these different terrain types. And by the way, when I kind of showed you that board, that's an example of what you can get for the voucher you're going to get.
Yeah,
Because it's a voucher, you can customize it. You can have sci-fi if you want, modern day. You can change the scale. You can have green fields. You can have desert. I have a desert set as well. Mm-hmm. You can have a modular city set, and you're gonna get a voucher which is enough to get that set that we just showed you. But you can change it to your heart's content.
Yeah.
So
again, we're very, very pleased with this.
Yeah. George, who runs Pedion, I've known for a number of years, and I've always kind of never really asked him to sponsor the con because I thought, his stuff, this is like really top end gear, and I thought it was a bit, pricey. But no, he was like, no, I totally want to back you. Well, you asked me sooner.
So yeah, thank you for that, Pedion.
Thank you, George.
Okay, next we have Pelgrane Press, who are coming back for this year. So they're giving away some of their PDF RPGs. So we've got a PDF of Night's Black Agents, Trail of Cthulhu, which is one of the Cthulhus I haven't played, so that'd be interesting to talk about, and a copy of their 13th Age core book in PDF as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Kat.
Yes. Now, Pickpocket Press, they are new, and they are giving away some quite big bundles of their low fantasy gaming RPG. I'm interviewing him on Monday, I think, so I can learn a bit more about that. But essentially, they are giving away Low Fantasy Gaming Deluxe and the Companion and the Adventure Framework Collection 1 PDF bundle. That's a bit of a mouthful. For 2 prizes. And then for the third prize, you get a deluxe hardback copy of LFG and all the PDF bundle that I've just mentioned that goes with it.
Apparently we've typoed the email address, but it looks correct to me.
That is definitely right.
Did you get a copy of space in either side or something? conplusteam@gmail.com. Con plus team. One word, no spaces, lowercase.
Any group can apply to this. Should I just drop it here?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
why
we'll try and
not?
recover it from the chat later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, this one. Pinnacle Entertainment. So Pinnacle Entertainment are coming back, and again, they've got some really nice PDF bundles for us. Lots and lots of stuff to read out.
read out.
Yes.
Okay, shall I do the legal disclaimer?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. Savage Worlds is trademark Pinnacle Entertainment Group, all rights reserved. Rifts and Megaverse are registered trademarks of Palladium Books Inc. All character names and likenesses and copyright are trademarks owned by Palladium Books Inc. and used under license. There we go.
Okay. But yeah, they are giving away a lot. They're giving away 3 of the same bundles, but they all contain lots and lots of Savage Worlds stuff. So you've got the Adventure Edition core book in there. You've got Rifts, Worlds Tomorrow Legion, Player's Guide. Revised,
edition.
yes. You've got the Game Master's Handbook and Rifts for Savage Worlds. You've got Savage Foes of North America. Rifts for Savage Worlds GM screen inserts, and Rifts for Savage Worlds Garnet Town Gambit Adventure.
There you go.
So huge. If you're in Savage Worlds, that is going to be all that you need. It's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now Pro Fantasy.
Yes, they're back again.
Yes, Pro Fantasy are back. I had a lovely chat with Ralph yesterday about his Pro Fantasy stuff. So this is going to be digital only. Well, I think it was digital last time actually.
But it kind of is a digital product.
Yes, but in terms of how we give it to people.
Pro Fantasy isn't the name that most people will recognise it as.
No, that's true. They're formally called Pro Fantasy Software, but you'll know
That's the
them
name of
as
the company, yeah.
Campaign Cartographer.
Yes, Campaign Cartographer.
He is giving away these in the forms of vouchers, so he's giving away 2 vouchers for the full license of Campaign Cartographer 3 Plus, and then the third prize is going to be a voucher for Campaign Cartographer 3 Plus, Dungeon Designer 3 and City Designer 3.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome pieces of software, very easy to use. They're kind of described as the limousine version of map making software. They're again kind of high end. They've been used for things like making the Forgotten Realms Atlas, like official publications and stuff.
Yeah, and this isn't like a limited time thing. You get the license to this software.
Yeah, it's a one-off payment basically. If you didn't have the vouchers, obviously.
Yeah, you're getting it for free.
Yes. All right. Next we've got Raging Swan Press, who are back again. Last time Raging Swan Press gave away some Thingonomicons, and it's on a similar vein this year. So we've got 2 Thingonomicon PDFs to give away. The third prize is going to be the Thingonomicon and also the Gloamhold Campaign Guide and Villages of Ashlar, which are PDFs. And again, they're kind of 5e. However, the Thingonomicon is more universal than that, but it's kind of, you've got some nice sort of supplements to play with there.
Okay, now the next one, it's not going to sound as amazing as it actually really is, because when you see these,
there's a reason for the name. From what I know, it's something to do with a character in one of their D&D games that they've played at home. But Rattlecake Inc., I found them just pure luck, really. They were kind of sharing their stuff around some Facebook groups. They have literally been around for about a month, maybe even less time than that. But they are a small company that create these hugely beautiful dice sets and single D20s, and they're all sharp edged. They've got these lovely sort of little. You could almost call it like gold leaf, would you? Or like not gold leaf.
It is.
It is gold leaf. Yeah,
They're the ones that actually use gold in the dice.
Yeah.
Although I believe the one you're getting doesn't have gold in, but it still looks amazing.
It's still beautiful.
It's got like a fireball inside it.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
We'll show you pictures of it next week.
The way they kind of promote their concept is they are personalised dice. So if you go onto their Etsy website, you can tell them what kind of dice you want. Again, they do quite a lot of just D20s only as a kind of a personalised thing. And it's supposed to be for your character or for your I don't know what you want. So they're giving away a really large, an extra large dice bag, they've called it. One of their D20 sharp edged dice, and then a full set of sharp edged dice, so a full 7 set worth. Which is worth about £60.
Yeah, I mean these aren't just a regular set of dice.
No.
These are kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Really.
Hopefully they will be with us by the time the con comes around. They are going to be
sending
sending
it to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully that'll be with us soon, but we haven't got them just yet.
Now the next one we need the camera.
Yeah, I was going to say you went
Yes.
Right.
That's we need the handheld noise.
That's yes. Okay. So I can show these off first if you like, and then go back and get those.
Yeah, sure.
We'll start off with the small ones.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll recognise these as Bones miniatures from Reaper. They have come back with some amazing stuff. So this is the Pathfinder Red Dragon. Obviously not particularly red yet because these are all unpainted, but hey, that's part of the fun, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
It's a lovely little red dragon, although compared to the size of regular characters, it's still pretty friggin' huge.
Yeah, you're calling it little because you're looking at the other one.
Yes,
the
absolutely.
other stuff we give away.
Actually, the second prize, I'll do it in prize order because that'll be a bit clearer.
Oh, now I actually have painted one of that and of the Gormor.
Yes.
Right, so we can get the painted one in a second, but I'll need you to hold it.
This is our second prize in its sort of unassembled
this is Grimtal
version. This is the Rock, which is a friggin' huge bird.
Yeah, what we'll do, we'll show you all of these models like in the boxes and stuff as they come, but then I'll go and grab because I have a couple of these models and they're all sort of finished and painted.
I mean, you don't have the big one.
I don't have that one, no.
But you do have this one, yes. And
I have this one, and I have one of the things that comes with that box.
Okay. Well, this one actually does have a picture on the front, which kind of helps. The third prize is pretty insane. So we have got Gormor, which is the giant purple worm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's huge. You can kind of see the pieces in there.
We'll get one out in a moment. You'll see it.
Yes.
You'll see it.
That will come with this monster, which is called.
They call it Kanjira the World Breaker,
but you will know it as the Tarrasque.
Yeah.
It's a friggin' Tarrasque, and we are giving both of those away together as a third prize.
Sort of semi-dropped the camera there. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Bit of shake there for you all. Right, I'm going to go and get two of those models that I happen to have open here.
Yes, you've got the worm and you've got the rock, haven't you?
I have indeed. I'm wondering if I have the red dragon painted as a black dragon, but I'm not sure if it's the same one or not.
I'm not sure.
No. No, it's not. That's not the one that's bigger. Right.
Yeah, Raphael, that mini is huge. It's a mini.
Yes. it's a bigature. Right, so these are my versions, sort of finished and painted up with two of those models. So here's the rock, which as you can see, next to my hand. I mean, this is huge. So it's the size a rock should be.
Yes.
And here's how I painted the purple worm as not that purple. But yeah, it's again, I mean, I have quite large hands, so which I don't want to draw attention to because self-conscious. But as you can see, it is a big model.
Yeah. Very Dune-esque.
Yes, it is. Very much so.
So yeah, we're going to be giving away all of those in that order. Right, another new sponsor.
Just before we get there,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
just curious. Has anyone in the chat tried the second camera yet?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Which will be somewhere down this side. There'll be a new icon that you won't normally see, which allows you to get to our second camera,
Which is this little
which
bit
is
here.
what I call the upskirting camera. And I'm just curious, like, does it work? Is the sound okay? And stuff.
And is it going to be here next week?
We don't know. We hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. But yeah, let us know in the chat how that is. But yeah, in the meantime, we've got another new sponsor, Rising Phoenix Games, which again they do sort of supplements for 5e style type games. They've got some huge PDF bundles of theirs to give away, which contain 4 of their works. So Claustrophobia, Lunatic Labyrinth, Death Queen, and The Life of Stone. Okay, Ronnie says, yeah, can see the clock very clearly. It's great. Can you also just check how the sound is, please? That'll be lovely.
I don't know if it has the same chat or a different chat. Could you just tell us as well? Like, does
That'd be
the chat
helpful.
change? Just because I have no idea.
I would imagine it's the same because the page doesn't reload or anything. It just changes the video. If I remember
I'm not
rightly
sure.
from when we once did it with Plague.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've only ever been this side of a multi-camera
Yeah,
live stream. I've
yeah.
never actually seen somebody else do one. I've only seen it after the fact, and but yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, yes. So next up, Roll for Initiative is coming back with some amazing sets of dice. They do other stuff besides dice that we gave away last year, like some tiles. They do miniatures, but they've just started releasing a new kind of branch of dice that they call fusion dice. And yeah, some of them are amazing, and we're giving away 3 amazing sets of these. One thing that we both love about their dice is that they are slightly bigger than the sort of standard dice sets you might get.
What is it, about 25%-ish bigger?
Yeah, 20% bigger.
20%.
Yeah, which means that the text is bigger as well, and it's clearer.
You can read them across the table when you roll them, and you don't have to kind of go, oh, what did I roll? I really like their dice. The other thing I like is that some of the dice sets they do aren't just a 7 poly set. They actually do this 15 dice set that gives you the duplicates you need. Because it really annoys me if I get a really nice dice set and I get 1d20 and
1d10
1d6 and so they do these 15 dice sets that have the duplicates that you need.
So you've got
I
2d20s
really like that.
in there for your advantage and disadvantage rolls. I think they put in another d6, maybe another d4, something like that, or maybe even a d3.
I don't think you get extra dice size. I think it's just multiples of.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
I would love it if other companies started doing the same thing, because it really frustrates me. So yes, the dice are a bit bigger and they come in the correct quantities. Well, not all of them, but they offer them also in the correct quantities.
So apologies, diffusion rather than fusion dice, but they are giving away, their first prize is a single diffusion set, which means that there's kind of one colour that's like all misty in there, with like a kind of a clear design. Then there's a double diffusion 7 set, which, if you can see the pattern, it's 2 colours. And then they've got their triple diffusion 42 set, it's called, which is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy nod. It's a 15 set of dice, and there's also an extra little d6 which they call the Pipsqueak because it has 2 little mouse icons on it, which is very cute. Right, now there's a bit of feedback about the second camera. So, Doug says, slight delay but works. Sound was fine.
I think that's about as much as we can hope for on that.
Yeah.
The image of the second camera is only in one corner. Most of the screen is taken up by the list
Yes.
when the prize fight is going to happen.
That
was the original plan. I'm thinking that I don't know, maybe it is too much screen space. Maybe it should give more to...
It depends on how well we can read the text if it is smaller on the, the schedule. Chaplin says, I always need 3 of the same D20 for my Elf Gloomstalker Ranger.
I'm not sure how many D20s are in the Roll for Initiative set. I
There's
thought it
normally
was 2.
Yeah, normally 2.
You might be out of luck on having 3 D20s in one dice set.
Well, unless you win the Rattle Cake as well.
Yes.
And Ronnie says, duplicate sets are great for systems like Savage Worlds. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It just frustrating because I end up, like so many games, I end up having multiple dice sets out because they don't give you the right quantities, and it just annoys me. And then oftentimes you can't then get the extra ones you need individually. You have to buy a whole extra set.
Yeah.
And I just want to shake these people.
Same for things like if you're rolling up a character for either D&D 5e or Call of Cthulhu, you need multiple D6s.
Yeah, so
So-
often you need multiple D6s,
Yeah.
and it's just,
Anyhow, moving on, we have got role-playing tips as well, who's back with us this year. He's giving away some of his Demon Plague 5e campaign. So, as you're probably understanding by now, we have quite a lot of 5e supplements this year. Demon Plague is a huge campaign. I think it goes up to at least level 10 or 12, something like that, so it's a big epic. So he's giving away 2 of those as a PDF. The third prize is going to be another copy of the PDF with lifetime access to his Faster Combat online course. So if you're somebody who thinks that your combat is quite bogged down, is getting slow, and you're not quite sure how to fix it, then this course is for you, because it will really help with some tips of the trade and his experience of making them fast and snappy and kind of thinking outside the box more as opposed to just looking at the grid and, you know, doing it that way. Artalzorian are back this year with some more of the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart kits. So we gave away 3 of those last year. I think it was 3.
5 last
Oh no,
year.
5, beg your pardon.
Yeah.
and
Just
then
one
we
point,
went through
like
this year.
we asked all the sponsors this year to give no more than 3 prizes because we didn't want to.
Yes.
Like but what we found last year is when we were just taking anything we could be given because we were going for the world record of most biggest RPG
Although we
giveaway in
haven't
history.
actually submitted this anywhere. We haven't submitted
We haven't
it to
gone
Guinness.
to Guinness, but no, but we've got video evidence. They're quite happy to sit there and watch 24 hours if they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, last year we broke the record for the biggest RPG giveaway in history. So we were just taking every prize we could get. But what it meant was that sometimes, like if you're doing 10 giveaways for one company or 20 in some cases, we could spend a long time doing a giveaway for that company, and then a firm that does something big, like for example the Pedium Battle Board, there wouldn't really get the same kind of airtime.
No, it takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And yet their product is, by comparison, it's a premium prestige product.
Huge.
So what we said to our sponsors this year is please don't give more than 3.
Yeah.
So this year they're giving us 3 Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart kits.
Yes. Very exciting. I still haven't played Cyberpunk Red either, or the new Cyberpunk.
No, I haven't played the new one at all.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Yes, me too.
And in fact, somebody I know did win one of the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart kits last year, so we really need to lockdown
Yes.
to end so we can play it.
Yes. Ronnie says Artalzorian, he has a soft spot for them for decades due to their publishing of Castle Falkenstein. Yes, we know. They also do Castle Falkenstein and a couple of other things. Okay, we also have Runehammer Games, which, again, you might not recognise the name, but they are famous for their index card RPG system, which, again, you probably have heard of. So index card, as the name, it's a very streamlined, old school type OSR type system. So they're giving away 2 of the core book PDFs, and then they're giving away an entire bundle again from drive-through, so the library of those, which is fantastic. So all the little supplements that come with them. Schwalbe Entertainment, which I've kind of been raving about the past few days. Schwalbe Entertainment, they have done a book called Shadows of the Demon Lord, or not a book, but a system, which I had heard of, but I hadn't really gone into it. But if you think of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay on steroids, that is basically what this is.
Okay.
So I really like it. I've bought myself a copy, but we're going to be giving away 2 copies of the PDF Shadows of the Demon Lord book. And then the third prize is going to be Shadow of the Demon Lord, Demon Lord's Companion, and Tales of the Demon Lord, and Terrible Beauty. So a few more supplements in there. And also, the author is a big fan of black metal. So obviously therefore I like him. But yeah, it's a really good system, and I'll probably ramble on about that on the actual day, but I'll stop talking now about that. Sly Flourish is
Sly
back.
Flourish.
Sly Flourish, again, great supplements for D&D 5e and sort of fantasy settings. He is giving away some huge bundles this year.
He's called it the Sly Flourish Collection. So I think, is that everything?
It's pretty much. It's worth about $80. So, for those of you who know Sly Flourish's stuff, he originally did the Lazy Dungeon Master, so that will be in there as a PDF. Also, Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master, if you haven't read that yet, although I very much recommend you do, it's very good. He's also put in the Lazy DM's Workbook, which is a new book, sort of to help you fill stuff in and help with like planning. Then we've got Fantastic Locations and Fantastic Adventures, which we gave away last year, and also Ruins of the Grendel Route, which is again a new book. It's a new adventure, so lots of different scenarios in there and lots of supplements. So 3 bundles of those that we're giving away.
Okay, now this one, it is a physical prize, but we don't have it here. It's going to be going directly from the producer. And these were really popular last year. We gave away a couple of their very first game, but since then they've got apparently 2 more, because I don't recognise one of them.
You say they, but it's more he, because it's just one person.
It's kind of one person, but yeah, we're kind of being mysterious about what this is yet. But this was
yes, you are, yes.
This was a really, like, because we had the limited edition boxes, didn't we? So they were like really prestige and premium last year.
Yeah.
But we've got, I don't know what this new thing there is. I know what the last one is because I played it with him.
Shall we go back to basics and just actually say who the sponsor is for starters?
We could do, or what we could do is I could just momentarily click this to drag it out.
Okay, so Becky's talking about Storymaster's Tales, which is a lovely guy called Ollie, who we met last year at the expo in his rather terrifying Baba Yaga costume. But he is giving away some more of his Weirding Woods stuff, along with some sequels and a couple of other games that he's released in the past. So, for those of you who don't know Ollie, he is a big entertainer. He does a lot of kind of shows for kids at the moment on live streams. So if you've got any kids or young people in your house, do check out his Facebook page.
Yeah, it's really entertaining because he gets the kids involved and playing his games.
Yeah.
But in a kind of a theatrical way,
It's
and
very
all green
theatrical.
screening, so he actually acts with himself and stuff.
Very much a thespian. But yes, he's got kind of green screen, so he can interact with other characters he's playing himself.
You know what? I don't even think it's necessarily just a kids thing. Like, I had a lot of fun. He invited us to one of his early shows, and we were like, that wasn't so much an audience show as it was just he got a couple of people on and took them through his games type thing.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I had a lot of fun. This was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do check it out.
Yeah. So his first prize is going to be his Grim Reaper card game, which is kind of comically dark, and you're trying to get souls from other opponents. There's a lot of kind of pop culture to do with horror movies in there, lots of Easter eggs.
This is the one I've not come across. So
yeah, it's something that he did a couple of years ago on Kickstarter. So there's going to be a regular deck and an extreme deck.
Okay.
So kind of more gory and stuff, all in one prize. Second prize is Weirding Woods, the box set, which again we gave away a few of those last year. Really nice ornate box. It's got dice and little stones in there and everything you need to play, as well as the cards that allow you to kind of map out where you're going. And then the third prize, which yes, we did do a game of this with him, is Draco Deep Dungeon, which is a standalone. It's not something that you have to have Weirding Woods for, but it can be played together as well.
Yeah, there's some extra cards in there that can link the two games
Well,
together.
it's not even that. It is an actual different story.
Yes, it's a different story,
Mm.
but because of the way Winning works, where you put your cards down in your north, east,
Yeah.
south, west thing.
Yeah.
There's some. I believe what he's done is put some link cards in, so there's a number of different ways it can link across between the two.
Yes,
stories.
he has, but if you think of it more as it is a separate game, so it's a separate pack of cards, so you can just play Draco Deep by itself,
Mm.
or you can do something quite big and have Weirding Woods. If you go down a certain direction, you then might end up in Draco Deep.
Yeah, and vice versa,
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we have those amazing things to give away. Sirenscape are back, I'm pleased to tell you, from last year. Everyone knows who Sirenscape is, and they are giving away 3 of their 2-month Super Siren subscriptions. Sorry, there's some.
Neighbours just hit the lawnmower.
Well, there's been lawn mowing out there. There's been cars racing around. It's lockdown, so people are doing their gardens, I suppose. They're giving away. It's basically it gives you a chance to check out all of their stuff
Yeah,
for
you
2
get
months.
everything. Like
Absolutely
the
everything.
entire archive.
Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah.
So all of their different music, kind of mixing features, you get like all the little modules that come with it, all of that for 2 months. So, you know, if you've got a game coming up, then that would definitely be something to get.
Oh, this is a new one.
Now, I'm really excited about the Arcane Library because I've been seeing them a lot on my Facebook page, kind of popping up as a sponsored ad. I'm like, yeah, they look good. Again, it's 5e supplements, but this is somebody who's released some really nice 5th edition adventures. Really nice sort of artwork as well. And yeah, they're quite renowned by now. They've really grown. So first prize is going to be Treaty of the Tiger King PDF. No, not that Tiger King. Fires of Isk. I hope I'm saying that right. Isk. And also their horror bundle, a bundle of horror. So a few different adventures of sort of more horror based. But again, for 5e.
Yeah. Now the next one this is a hard one to quantify exactly what it is they do. So it's the Ultimate Games Master who have an app that can complement and enhance your game. But there's so much to this that it can do.
Yes, but also you can kind of compartmentalize it a bit.
Yeah. So there's
did
a couple of different ways it can be used.
Yes.
It can be used for in-person games, but it can also be used for streaming games. So if you're doing online gaming like we do on Paradox 2, it can do stuff there as well.
Yeah.
But like it can even tie into things like, I've just hit you for 5 hit points, and if you've got like the Philips smart home system, it can make your lights go flash red or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, so
cool.
basically you can use this in person or online, and even if when I say online you're just kind of on a Zoom call but you've got some like an iPad or something in front of you. So one of the main things about the UGM's software is you've got your character sheet which is fully synchronized with the GM. So again, if you take damage, it will pop up on your iPad or whatever device you want saying you've lost 5 damage and blah blah. So it all synchronizes that way.
And if you're a streamer, you can then do like the overlays can all sort of tie in and stuff.
Also, you can have secret messages with the GM, and one thing that Justin talked about was he hated how if you're in person and you're writing a little note and then passing it round to somebody, everybody knows that something is going to happen, which I agree with. Whereas on here, it's just completely subtle and discreet. You can just sort of type something, and, a message, okay. So there's that. You also have things like you've got interactive maps now that you can put in, which we talked about a lot.
Me an early version of that about a year ago now.
It has grown a lot.
I imagine it has by now, because what I saw was pretty impressive. I mean, it's a fully 3D environment. So, you know, you put your map down, and let's say you put a building on it, that is an actual 3D building, and it might have a fireplace that actually does illuminate the area around it, that kind of thing.
Yep. We did a good demonstration on that in our interview, so you'll be able to see more of that next week.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's that, and you can do encounters in there, of course, and all that jazz if you want to do it that way. Also, things like music can be integrated in there, and with Sirenscape, they've integrated Sirenscape in there as well as a third party. So you can access all the Sirenscape stuff as part of the subscription. So yeah, like Becky said, you can have things like mood lighting, music. You've got like maps and stuff to go with. Or the great thing about UGM is you can use as little or as much as you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to learn everything if you don't want to. If you find it a bit daunting, you can
When
just
he
use
showed
one
me
bit.
the interface for it, I mean, I've not used it yet, but when he showed me the interface for it, it looked really simple.
It is simple, and again, we go through it in quite a lot of detail to show just how simple it is. But as Becky's been saying, yes, there is this sort of streaming thing on top of it called the Spectator. So if you want to stream everything to an audience to show, oh, this person's lost 5 damage, this person's got lycanthropy or something like that, that is all part of the app as well.
Cool.
So, in terms of what they're giving away, they are giving away 2 Games Master subscriptions, which, as you can probably imagine, are for the Games Master, so everything you need to run the games. And then the third prize is a total immersion subscription, so everything, so all the music as well in there. All 3 of these subscriptions are worth 12 months as well, which is a long time and a lot of games in there. However, something to bear in mind, they are about to release a new version of the app called the Black Pudding release.
Yeah.
So there's a few like little tweaks in there. So what they've said is these subscriptions won't be ready until after it's released, but it is quite
because
soon.
they want to show off their new stuff.
Yeah.
To you, because they don't just want to sort of wow us, they want to wow the winners as well. And, so and like all creative people, of course, they're always like, no, the old stuff, forget the old stuff, and show them the new thing.
Yeah. They've got a really
Something I suffer from as a creator.
Yeah. They've got a really good Discord group as well if you want to check that out. So if you've got any questions for them, then obviously you can go in there and they're more than happy to answer those. Right, next we have Third Eye Games. Although we don't quite know yet what they are going to be giving away, but we think it's going to be some PDFs of their role-playing systems, which is really cool. Thome Marine are back.
Woohoo!
Woo! With their amazing miniature accessories.
Yeah, so they're providing this in the form of a voucher so that you can choose what you want. Now, I've said this before, that Thome Marillion are my favourite dungeon decor shop, and for good reason, but they do more than just dungeon decor. So, but yeah, I mean, it's the furniture that I use in my dungeon. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go on the handheld camera. I'm going to stuff my camera in the cupboard because a lot of it is Thome Marillion.
Yes.
So,
do you need to open anything?
yes, the cupboard.
Well, yes, but which part of the cupboard?
These left
two,
side.
okay.
Yeah. So, like this weapons rack, this throne with the skulls on, all of the library bookshelves, this sort of cooking thingy, bobby, is Thome Marillion. So's the arcane circle. So all the bureaus and chests at the back there, as is this. These crystals. No, these crystals are Thome Marillion. God, so much of this is, but some of it isn't. So all of these kitchen appliances. Oh, this altar is a Thome Marillion piece. This kind of dungeon thing here is Thome Marillion. So is the brewery. These things are Thome Marillion, as are these sort of reliefs for the walls. There's a bar. These statues are Thome Marillion. And God, so much. Also, that castle over there is Thome Marillion.
Although that probably won't get you that.
Yeah,
for
the
$30.
voucher you're going to get won't cover that. There's I've got Balin's tomb over on the far shelf at the very top. You can't really see it from back here. Right, let me try and switch back camera. Sorry for the weird angle.
Without spilling the beer.
No, I didn't spill the beer. Anyway, so we got what is it? We got
We've got
30
three-
euro vouchers.
Yeah, 3 €30 vouchers. Again, you can spend on anything you want on his website. Price permitting, and they'll be sent over to you. We've got a bit more chat.
Oh right.
So Ronnie says, "Heard of Shadow of the Demon Lord being really dark? It is, and I'd love to see it in action." Well, what I'm hoping is once with our group it gets round to me again, I'd like to run it. So yes, you will. Chav Hunter says, how does the new Gladiator Arena work?
You're going to be seeing it soon, but
Be patient.
and actually very soon, because we've nearly finished
That's true.
going
actually,
through the
yes,
list
we
of sponsors.
Yes.
Okay, there's only a couple more.
Just wait a few more minutes.
So very soon, get yourself active in the chat, people. Now is the time to write something in the chat, because if you do, you're going to get a gladiator on screen.
Yes. In fact, we've only got 2 sponsors left. So, yeah, definitely start keyboard worrying in a nice way. Tin Man Games are back there, again, one of our long-term sponsors, and they always give us some really nice Steam keys. So their first prize is essentially a PS4 VR game called Table of Tales: The Crooked Crown. Kind of like an interactive, almost like a chess game, but it's more than that. We've also got Warhammer Underworlds Online, and their quite often recurring prize, the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, which is, it's not just kind of reading and rolling the dice, but it's fully interactive and going around Firetop Mountain as your hero. So very, very cute. And then we've got another new sponsor, which have been brilliant in terms of what they're able to send. They've been very generous, as Valkyrie RPG. Again, quite a small business that do different dice sets. What they're going to be sending us is really quite expensive.
Yes, so you know what we were saying earlier, like, you know, everyone kind of has dice, and yeah, it's cool to get a new set of dice, but it doesn't really make for a special prize. What if I told you that this is a dice collection?
Yes.
That is a bit special.
Yeah.
It's really kind of themed to a kind of, it would work for sci-fi and retro.
Yeah, or cyberpunk or modern, because the actual numbers are very sci-fi looking. They're very
kind of
square.
Reminded me of the Casio watch font.
Yeah, they're very clear as well.
But it is a huge bump. I can't wait to show you the image of this next week.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to show the prizes today, but other than what we've got here already.
Yeah. But just so you know what it's called, it is a dice set by Legendary Pants, so they're not made by Valkyrie, although Valkyrie are going to be making some of their own dice in the future.
they're actually setting that up at the moment.
Yeah, because again, they're a small business and they're really just started.
Yeah.
But the dice set is called Retro Upstart Full Collection.
Yeah, it's the entire collection by, that all of them.
Yeah.
And there's some really good sets in there. So it's kind of like you're never ever gonna want for dice ever again.
Well, you will, because you always want dice
because you're a geek. But yeah,
but there's loads. There's absolutely loads. I think it's worth about £70, or if you for some reason bought the dice set separately, that would be 130. I think, or £120, so it's a lot.
Give you an idea of the scale of this particular dice collection.
They're really good quality dice. We've got some more chat.
We have. That's everyone getting in for Prize Fighter.
Yes. So Raphael says, first time to seeing this program. Well, yeah, you're about to.
Well, tune in next Saturday week. Because that from midday, UTC midday, so 1 p.m. in the UK. 8 a.m. New York, 5 a.m.
San Francisco, Los Angeles,
yeah. 2 p.m. Paris, Berlin. I can't remember the Auckland time. They put it on there. Because we do actually have a reasonable number of viewers in New Zealand.
We do, actually, yeah. Well, New Zealand and Australia as well, like Sydney and stuff.
So, we're going to show you Prize Fighter.
Yes.
And that is coming kind of right up. Now, everything we just went through for the last, hour and a half or something.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Time takes a long time to read all them out.
Time has flown.
Everything that we just went through, you can win next week. And the way that it works, by taking part in the live chat and a live video, you get a gladiator in our 3D arena called Prize Fighter. So, if you saw this last year, what you saw was a prototype that I knocked together in a couple of weekends by cobbling together old code. And it worked, but only just.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was great. But what we've done since then is we've rewritten the whole thing.
Well, you have.
Yes.
I can't do this code.
I've rewritten the whole thing. it's got a lot of surprises in there. You're going to see some of them today, and honestly, I don't know everything you're about to see. I have no idea. Not that it's massively surprising in all the different things, but I genuinely don't know the experience you're about to have. What I do know is based on the number of people active in chat at the moment, it's going to be quite a small, fast fight. But if you tune in next Saturday during our main event, and we're streaming for 24 hours, giving all of that stuff away, next weekend you will win prizes with your gladiators here. Now, what we haven't done here today is you're not going to be able to upgrade your gladiator.
Okay.
Right? Because we haven't enabled that on the website yet. But the way it will work next weekend is when you make a donation and you're logged into your account, as long as it's not an anonymous donation, on the Complus.live website, yeah, so you go there, you make a donation, as long as you're logged in, and this does work right now, if you make a donation to the charity that we're fundraising for, which is the Butterfly Project, all the information at the start of this stream, we will give you 100 denarii for every £1 you donate, and then you can use that 100 denarii on auctions and stuff for new gear, so you can dress your gladiator. I've done over 200 different things that you can get in the auction house.
Am I right that you can even change your gladiator, like buy a new gladiator?
Yes, you absolutely can.
So if you're not happy with the first one, you can get a stronger one.
So there's over 200 different things, and every single thing that you get, you actually see in 3D on your gladiator as well. So if you buy a new hat, if you like, there's one thing in there, I think it's called Sunday Best Hat, and you do actually get your Sunday Best Hat on the gladiator. There's a pirate hat as well. There's all sorts, because there's braces, arms, shoulder pads, and something. So you can dress up your gladiator to your heart's content. It's really awesome. You'll be able to do that stuff next weekend on Go Live. Don't want to test too much new tech at once. What we're about to do now is a test stream, all set up. Hopefully it's going to work. And this is why we're doing a preview event, really.
To make sure
does
it
this
works.
even work?
Yes.
So, let me put the beer down. Get myself
Bonnie
a
says
bit
£1
close.
equals 100 denarii. Ooh, I am rich. Yes, you are. We did say there was quite a lot of denarii in there already for you, right?
One thing I have done is I've carried things over from last year. So if you had denarii left over or a high tier gladiator, you do get that back. So one thing you might notice is that a lot of you will have wooden pallets and breadsticks for weapons. That's because you've got a low tier gladiator, right? And you won't be able to change that today. You will be able to change it next weekend. So you've got different tiers of gladiator. As I say, there's over 200 bits of equipment you can re-gear them with. You can buy them helmets and stuff. The one thing I'm annoyed about, and I just haven't got time to fix it, the hairstyles, particularly on the men, are a bit ropey. Sorry about that.
Well, compared to everything else that was ropey last year, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's still a lot better. Okay, so here's our prize fighter for you. It's just waiting for me to hit that begin button. I just kind of hope this is going to work.
It's gonna work.
Shall we do it?
Yes, let's do it.
Also, what we don't know is what the sound balance is like. So do let us know if the commentary is too quiet under the noise of the arena.
Yeah.
Because we genuinely have no idea what the balance is going to be like. We didn't think to listen to it beforehand. So, should we hit the begin button?
Yes, we should. Let's go.
Okay, so now hopefully if this works, it's going to start loading up your gladiators. There's the arena champion, and that has not worked. Balls. Now that genuinely has not worked. Okay, let me just give it a refresh. I'm going to open up my debug console just to make sure it's not something too bad. Right, let's just try again first of all, but with my debug console open. Now, this is genuinely not working, and that is a cause of concern. It is not detecting the chat, strangely. Okay, what I'd like to do is I'm gonna. Could you let's just. Could you
Let's
fill?
swap.
Could you fill?
Did I feel?
Yes. Provide some content for our lovely viewers. I'm gonna just quickly hop onto the server and figure out what on earth just went wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
So glad we're doing this today and not next weekend.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so as you can, I mean, from the glimpse, the graphics have really upgraded on here. It is a full Colosseum. There are things like sound effects like cheering and stuff, and they will react to when, say, your gladiator hits somebody or does something crazy. In terms of how you upgrade as well, there'll be different menus that you can access which are not live just yet, but again they will be on the day, of course. And you'll be able to have a look at the auction, see what's available, and you can spend your denarii and get new weapons. There's so much detail in here this year, it's even down to things like you can see whether the weapon you're looking at is better than the weapon you currently have. It's almost kind of like an RPG type game where you can kind of change your weapon in that and see the stats on that. Like, is it faster, is it slower, more damage, things like that. And all really cool. Again, you've got like armor and stuff you can dress them up with, and silly clothes and things. Becky's done a lot of research on the names of gladiators as well. So they're all very authentic names. What will happen is, when it does work, you'll be able to see the icon of your YouTube account that you've linked with in the same way of last year, but also you'll be able to see your gladiator name, which is all rather splendid. What else can I say?
I'm gonna need a lot more filler,
I
unfortunately.
know, I'm sorry. I wasn't really expecting that.
Last year it did just work. I have no idea why it's
Well, it's not a case
not
of
yet.
it's not.
I'm working on it.
It's a bit different from last year, because last year it was kind of taking ages to load, whereas this year it's just doing the wrong thing.
Well, it's not that it's doing the wrong thing, it's actually not doing something. And what it's not doing is it's not reading the live chat of this video. Now, what I haven't ever tested yet is having multiple cameras. And I think it's picking up the chat for the other video. So what I'm on my way to do is I'm on my way to look at that code now. And this is one of the reasons why we wanted to do a test day, was to, like, does all this stuff that we're going to use when we go live, does it all actually work? So what I'm going to do, if that is the case, then there's some code around here that I can look at. So yeah, let me just dump this out to screen, and I'm going to do a little bit of debug.
I was going to get another beer for the prize fight and everything.
Yeah. Oh, balls. There we go. Alright, so I'm now looking at what it thinks is there, and what it thinks is there is... Does this stream end in JHU on the end of the URL? Oh, we don't know. I think, do we have it up on...
Yes.
Ah, it ends in F4S. I'll just pause that. But F4S. So
There's a bit more chat anyhow. So Chatham says, but the baguette of power was awesome.
Ah, yes. Now you called the wooden truncheon last year the breadstick during the commentary.
Because it looks like a breadstick. It's as simple as that.
This year the graphics are a lot better, so it does actually look like it's meant to look now. It looks like a truncheon with some studs in, but it's still called a breadstick because Jason.
Because we called it a breadstick. So yeah, if you want a breadstick of power, then go ahead. Raphael, I think somewhere said that. Yes, I completely understand how that works. It does sound a bit complicated if you've never done this before, but because we're doing it for 24 hours, you will get the gist very quickly.
It's not complicated, really.
No, it's a lot more complicated for us than it is for you.
Yeah.
The gist is, all you have to do, as long as you take part in the chat just before we click begin on the prize fighter, you will go into the fight, and then you don't have to control it or do anything. It will just play out. But the point is, if you want to do better, that's where the Denari comes in. Completely optional, but that's what it's there for. So you might see stronger characters against weaker characters. The reason why they're stronger is because they've paid some Denari towards, say, a weapon or some armor or magic spells or something like that. By the way, there are some new magic spells this year, which are rather
it's
awesome.
all changed. It's
All
completely new magic system.
All change. Oh yeah, that's the point. One thing I haven't mentioned is the champion as well has changed a little bit. We have not just got a tiger anymore, which was last year, where the Butterfly Project would come in as this a tiger on two legs with big sort of...
An anthropomorphized
Yeah,
tiger.
an anthropomorphized tiger with those kind of cool, I don't know what they're called, those sort of elbow sword things. We have got multiple enemies that will come in. They are all associated with Africa and the Butterfly Project, and we tried to make it as close to that as possible. So I'm sure, like last year, they'll be cheering them on. Some are weaker than others, so it kind of depends a bit on what happens. So that'll be interesting to see. But I don't want to give too much away, even on the filler.
Right. This isn't working. Give me a moment.
Ronnie says, authentic names, but we want Maximus and Biggest Dickus. I'm afraid you haven't got those. They are authentic names.
I did way too much research on... Because it's not just authentic names for Rome. It's like different regions of the Roman Empire.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember other places.
Oscan, Etruscan, Andalusian, Thracian,
that's what I was thinking
Gaul. Yeah, there's loads. Now weirdly, you see, this is what's happening. It's monitoring 5 different live broadcasts. I know what's wrong.
Whilst you fix that, do you mind if I empty my bladder?
I kind of need to do the same, and I can't really talk whilst coding.
Okay.
What we could do is maybe come back in an hour or two. Maybe we take a break. We'll get this sorted. Come back in an hour and finish off.
Yeah.
We could do it that way.
We could. If you think it will take
what's
longer than a few
happening?
minutes.
We have all the broadcasts set up, and all of the different, because they're all multi-channel broadcasts. So we actually have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 broadcasts, kind of all set up in our YouTube account. But when you list your live broadcasts on your YouTube account, it only returns 5.
Ah, so it's not returning this one.
Yeah. So, because they're all set up, ready to go, but that will be a thing on the night as well. So what I need to do, rather than just say, give me the list of live broadcasts, I think I need to sort of add my own... Oh, wait, I might just be able to hack it. What do I actually use? Oh, the whole object. No! A live chat ID. I wonder if the live chat... Hang on, I might have this fixed very quickly.
Ooh.
Oh.
Are we going to be able to do it on the same video?
No, because the live chat ID is not the same as the video ID. So I do need to actually find the API. That is going to be some more code.
Okay.
I wonder if I could just tell it to return a different number of results. I might be able to do that very quickly. If I say, I have no idea what the parameters are for this particular API call that lists the current broadcast, but if I just tell it max results, because that's the same as one of the other calls, and I say 15, because that will be enough. And then I run that live chat monitor.
Okay.
And that took a moment. And then, oh look, it works. So...
Okay!
I might have just hacked that together. Let me just take out my debug stuff. If it's even in... What have I done? I don't know. Maybe shouldn't have had so much alcohol while we were... Maybe I already did take it out. I think think I already took it out. Right, okay, I was
Right,
myself.
shall we give it another go?
Yes!
Okay, here we go, hopefully. That sounds more promising.
You say that. Oh yes, we've got icons,
it's working!
right. Okay, so we have in the arena, I recognise some of those avatars, I don't recognise all of them. So we've got Chav Hunter, Ronnie Bradley and Lord Morbius. Here's Ronnie Bradley's gladiator now.
Yep.
And
We've got Chav Hunter, we've got Raphael.
And who's the other person?
I'm not sure who that
Big
is.
Purple D. That is
And the
Douglas
dog.
McIntyre.
Ah, okay.
Okay, we're learning your avatars. Right, so what's happening now is our gladiators are forming themselves into a big ring in the middle of the arena.
And they're off.
Boom! They're starting to hit each other. Now, Chav Hunter is fully armoured. Must have, well, I believe left themselves a good gladiator at the end of last year. Lord Morbius has got a half-decent gladiator there as well. Somebody's gone down already. In fact, a couple have gone down already.
Yeah,
so
you can
we've
see the
got
blood
Ronnie,
splatters
Chav,
going on.
and Ronnie fighting it off in the middle of the arena.
Lord Morbius doing a bit of evasive
Oh,
manoeuvres
we've
there.
got an invisible monster again. This happened last year. It was a terrible bug. Oh no, it was just underground. It's an ant keg. So,
Oh!
whacking Ronnie Bradley from behind, who starts trying to give it some mouth and then runs away.
But then it goes back in. Is it going to pop up somewhere else? Yes, it is.
Lord Morbius is in the middle. Oh, that's a bad strategy. And it's Chav Hunter against an ant heg. Looks like Chav Hunter's going to take this one. And yes, Chav Hunter
Chav Hunter
has emerged
wins.
victorious and wins absolutely nothing because this is a test battle. So the crowd seem to like that. Lots of cheering from them. Now let me just have a look at the chat. How's our volume balance, guys?
Yeah, let us know if we can be heard at all.
Ronnie fancies his gladiator.
Good to know.
Apparently the sound volume's fine. It could be because we're shouting.
Yeah, but we're going to be shouting anyway, aren't we? So.
Yeah. So both of your commentators are now desperate for a pee, and out comes Chav Hunter to take their place on the rostrum. So because I'm a nerd, we don't just reset things for the next battle. We actually have all the gladiators walking out the arena, walking in. You still got the stage from the last battle. So Douglas and Lord Morbius. Lord Morbius is gladiator stuck in the middle again.
Yep.
Not a winning strategy.
Well, at least
I'm
he's got a
afraid,
shield.
Lord Morbius.
Oh, he has managed to stab somebody though. And now he's running to take on Doug, I think. Oh, and another Ankeg.
We've got Ankegs again.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. So,
oh, and down they go.
Indeed. So we've got Ronnie Bradley in the arena fighting an Antheg. So basically, Ronnie and Chav still had good gladiators from last year. So they've got higher tier. So we have tiers. We're basically a level. So Ronnie defeats the Antheg. Next weekend, you will be able to boost the tier of your gladiator, so you can get better gladiators and stuff. But not only that, you can re-equip all of these gladiators.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens for the winners are now, what's just happened there on screen, when they put their weapons down, that is them, those particular gladiators are quitting the arena and leaving.
Yes.
And then they're being replaced by fresh ones.
Yes. So Ronnie joins the next arena champion up there on the podium.
Yeah, we have podium this year, and so now Lord Morbius again stuck between. Oh, and the champion's decided to get involved himself, and has got into the arena. So the champion himself, representing the butterfly product, rather than calling more ant kegs, is just going, no, screw you guys, I got this, and has emerged victorious. Well, I didn't expect that at all. Oh, I kind of coded it. But this is what I mean about the dodgy hairstyles, though.
Could be worse. Think of all the lockdown hairstyles people are doing right now.
Yeah.
Sounds like the sound is good. Maybe the audience is a bit quiet, but we're apparently fine.
Okay, well,
We can play it back.
Yeah,
and see
we'll
this time.
listen to it back and make sure it's all
Yeah.
as good as it can get.
And the Butterfly Project goes up to the podium, so the three champions are up there.
Yeah. So let's return to normal camera. Pretend we're all
do you
dignified.
cancel it anywhere here, or just go on the camera?
Go camera 3 on XSplit,
Yep.
and then hit refresh on Prize Fighter because it's now done its thing.
Okay.
So Prize Fighter itself, oddly, it is actually just a web page. What you were looking at was a web page.
Now
But
can I go to the toilet?
yeah, go on. I'll go after you. We were drinking beer. So let me just have a little catch up on chat. So my gladiator is a great name, got to say. I'm afraid I didn't take in what the gladiator's name was, but I think when we're doing for 24 hours, what you should start to see is the same gladiators returning. So the way we've done it, on the Complus website, you can have your own ludus of gladiators. Now, you'll always be automatically created a tier 0 gladiator if it's your turn in the arena. You will just generate these tier 0, like level 0 if you like, gladiator. And so regardless of whether you interact with the systems or not, you'll always have a gladiator. But they're the ones with the wooden pallet and what we call the breadstick, the truncheon. So you'll always have one of them, but you can get better gladiators. So we've got this auction system where you can basically bid for, and you can see all of their stats and what they look like and stuff, and you bid for these gladiators, and you form your ludus, which is what the Romans called a school. It's the Latin word for school, but specifically it's also what the Romans called the gladiator training camps were called schools, so they're called a ludus. Mm-hmm. And you can send up to 3 of your gladiators to the Colosseum. Mm-hmm. And they will, once they're in the Colosseum, you can't change their gear or anything like that, they are waiting to fight. You can recall them, but not if they're in the arena at the time. So when they're not in the arena, actually, ignore what I just said. What you can also auction as well as new gladiators is equipment. So you get new
equipment.
You get yourself new equipment in the auction house, and there's all sorts of stuff. A lot of it is just cosmetic because people asked for that last year. So you can totally customize the look of your gladiator. There's several different cosmetic looks you can go for, but there's also stats on a lot of the items as well. So there are there's some really good stuff that happens to be gold, and some stuff that's not quite as good that happens to be silver, and then the chainmail and the leather and so forth. So but there's all these different bits of kit you can get, and you can equip them onto your gladiators. You can choose which ones to put it on. So you can have as many gladiators as you like, and I hope you have many, because that means you're spending money. It means you're spending virtual currency. So you gear up your gladiators, and you get them different weapons, different shields. We've got, I think it's 68 weapons and 30 something shields, over 30, I don't know exactly how many. Like each slot of equipment, like whether it's an arm, a shoulder, a wrist, a hand, legs, feet, I think each one has got at least 5, some as many as 8 different things you can get. Mm-hmm. There's quite a lot. So you gear up your gladiator, send them to the arena, and if they win, you get given another gladiator at 1 tier below your previous gladiator. So say you sent in a tier 5, which is the highest, you would get given a tier 4 gladiator, and every bit of equipment they have, no, hang on, before I explain that. So when you get a gladiator, they have fixed gear.
Yes.
So tier 0 gets certain items, tier 1 gets certain items, tier 2 gets certain items. But when you win a fight, you get given a gladiator at the next tier down, and all of your old gladiators' equipment, each individual piece has like a 50% saving throw, if you like. Mm. So you might get, let's say you won with a tier 5 and amazing gear, you'll have some amazing gear and some tier 4 gear on a tier 4 gladiator. That's kind of how it works. So I think what I need to do is I need to go to Lou as well.
Okay.
Because I'm holding on desperately. Mm-hmm. So what you should do in the meantime, I think, is another prize fight.
All right.
I'm just going to have a quick look. This hasn't refreshed, has it? Has it or has it not?
I don't know.
Let me just... We're
just checking camera 2 quickly.
No, it seems to have
It seems
not
alright.
actually allotted any prizes. What it should have done. Oh no, it has.
Ah, cool. Okay.
It has awarded prizes. So what I need to do, it just hasn't updated the XSplit stream, so that's potentially an issue. So camera 2 hasn't shown that some of those things have dropped off.
Ah.
Um,
So what you mean is in the schedule that's on display, that will update when prizes are given out?
It should do. I mean, it doesn't sort of update necessarily.
You are
to the
such a
second.
nerd.
What?
That's amazing.
Well, why would it just sit there showing the same prizes? So I'm just going to add some more in the database for the moment so it doesn't get...
And then we're going to do the prize fighter.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not updated. Maybe if I just... hang on. Click off it, click back up. No. Why is camera 2
Not
updated?
cooperating.
I don't know. Reload on... Show maybe reload on...
Now, Chavlant has a very good question, which we have double checked. So, to confirm, Chav Hunter, any test gladiators today, you will not go down a level if you win anything because it's a test.
Oops.
Oops. I thought we already spoke about this and said we weren't going to do it.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't back the database up.
Ah. Okay, I'll need to then remind her in a bit. But yes, that is the intention. So if you happen to win something today, it's not going to affect you and put you down a tier or 2 tiers for the actual day, because that wouldn't be fair. Because it's a test, it's to make sure it's working. Can I run a prize fight tonight? Yes. Okay. In the main event, yes. So in the main event, obviously, everyone is in with the tier that they start at. So if you were here last year, you start with the tier that you had from last year. Or if you're brand new, you start with tier 1 unless you bump it up with Denari. So that way it's all fair. So let us go on to another prize fighter. Let's see who will win this time and see if there are any more champions that come out as well. Alright, so presumably we have the rest of you in there. We don't have Doug, because I think Doug has popped off. Chav Hunter, yes, I think you did have tier 5 to begin with. So in comes Lord Morbius, or Hassan, as he's called. Raphael with Shakir. Chav Hunter with Asmun. Who else have we got? Who is Ronnie? Is Stainer. I'm sure I'm bastardizing all these names, by the way. I'm terrible at pronunciation of Andalusian and other things. So we have 4 people in the arena. And they're off.
And straight away the arena champion is giving a signal. Now they do different gestures every time, and each different gesture means a different thing is coming into the arena. Oh, somebody just went down. Who was that?
Not quite sure.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's
a
a
tiger.
tiger who is galloping into the arena.
Got 4 legs this year, not 2. And down goes Ronnie. It's Lord Morbius versus Chav Hunter. It's Chav Hunter who's still in the arena, but the tiger takes them. Oh, it's the tiger who has won this fight. So this one goes to the Butterfly Project, and all these surviving gladiators get to stay in the arena unless they're too badly wounded, in which case they will leave and be replaced by a new gladiator.
Do you want to talk about the little bars that have been popping up on people's gladiators?
Yeah, so each, basically the gladiators have 4 bars, red, yellow, blue and purple. Purple is mana and you only see that in mages, but it doesn't look like anyone has a mage at the moment. Red is your health, yellow is your stamina, and blue is your morale. So last year we just had a health bar, but now we have these 3 different mechanisms for whether you stay in the arena or not, basically. So as Raphael and Lord Morbius fight, Chav Hunter and Ronnie Bradley fights, health is permanent. Once you lose it, it's gone. Stamina does recover, and morale, well, if a gladiator quits, then they quit.
They've got their breadsticks of power there with their wooden square shields. Stainer comes in, as Ronnie says, Stainer is cruising and takes down one of them and the other one as well in quite quick succession. So it is just Ronnie. Oh, but then Chav Hunter... Is that Chav Hunter? No.
No, that's Ronnie.
No, that's Ronnie, I beg your pardon. I just saw Chav Hunter's icon pop back up.
Stena Gilligill.
Who is Iberian.
And that's a victory then for Ronnie Bradley. We're going to do one more prize fight. Or are we? Is this? Yes, these are
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
into
this is
the
the last
arena.
round,
New
yeah.
gladiators then for Lord Morbius and Raphael. So as they come into the arena, so anybody who's won a fight in the same sequence can't get to compete in it again. The same is true of the champions. So we won't be seeing a champion in this fight either, because the Tiger has already been victorious, which probably means it's going to go to Chav based on. Oh no, Chav Hunter's not in the. Oh,
Yes, he
they
is,
are.
yeah,
Yes, yeah. Right, so.
Okay, so it's a three-way this time against Raphael, Lord Morbius, and then Chav Hunter appears to just be running around the arena a bit like Matinee in Life of Brian. Oh,
But
now it
given-
goes into Lord Morbius.
Given the amount of metal armour on Chav Hunter, I think it's
Absolutely.
kind of a foregone conclusion in these battles at the moment.
So
But-
well done to Chav Hunter's Thracian gladiator, Asmun.
And you can see there at the start of where previously they had lots of metal armour. You notice they've no longer got metal legs on the Chav Hunter Gladiator.
Yep.
So those weren't passed down. And that's kind of how that whole system works.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that I think, without you being able to change your gladiators, I think that's about as much as we can show you. Can I come round? Yeah. Okay. So that's Prize Fighter, or at least the half that appears on the stream.
Yes.
The other half is all accessible from within the Complus.live website.
Yes.
So to get Dinari, you make a donation, but you must be logged in. Don't do an anonymous donation. Otherwise, we have no way of attributing it, because it goes directly to the charity and we never see it. But if you're logged in when you do it and you make sure you haven't got anonymous selected, then what happens is the charity tell us that you have made a donation. And then when you've made that donation and the charity lets us know, we're able to give you some Dinari to use on your prize fighter. At the moment, if you check the various auction houses, it will be empty because there's none in there, but there will be on the day of the convention itself.
Yeah, it's very self-explanatory. When you're logged in, you'll see a couple of different menus. One is the auction house. One, I think, can you just sort of view your prize fighter and see what they've got, kind of their stats.
Yeah,
and
but you can have
Dinari.
multiple prize fighters. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also something that we haven't mentioned yet is that all the streams are going to be embedded on the website.
Yes.
So all you have to do is go to Complus.live and you'll see the YouTube videos that are embedded there for the telethon, so you don't have to try and find us, because I think some people had a problem today trying to find our stream.
Okay.
They couldn't see it on their subscription feed, and I was the same actually.
That's just the way YouTube works.
Yeah,
it's annoying as hell.
it is.
So go to Complus.live or the Pair of Geeks YouTube channel, and
And you'll
it
see
will definitely be on there. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you next weekend. We will be streaming for 24 hours non-stop, because we want to help these kids. They're gamers like us, and they got no food, which is kind of serious. So I do like to be serious for just a moment. Sadly, from what I've seen, I am very concerned that we are heading into a big famine in large parts of the world. And these are the charity we support. These gamers, these kids, they are amongst the poorest people in the world. They're going to be the first impacted by a famine. So, it's something I want to try and change if I can. So, we will see you next Saturday the 16th, through to Sunday the 17th, midday to midday
UTC.
on UTC time zone. So 1 o'clock in the UK, 2 o'clock in Paris, Berlin, 8 a.m. in New York, 5 a.m. in Los Angeles, whenever it is in Auckland. I've not remembered the entire time we've been streaming.
You could just Google it.
Yeah. We will see you then.
We will see you then.
Oh, we should quickly mention these guys.
Yes!
So just quickly, normally we have a much bigger postal prize table. Obviously this year in the lockdown we haven't. But that's okay, gives us a chance to save up for more for next year. That the postage of those prizes is largely only possible because of our Patreon subscribers. So I just quickly want to thank Russell Higgins, Johnny Mangina, Mark Frelfall, Brandon Fishwick, Omber, Dave Poirier, Fuke Enterprises, Nate Hanshan, AJ, Philip Bate, Elizabeth Chyperdickel and David Gaskin, who've all been Patreon through a lot of last year. So thank you for your support in helping us to do this, and we only earn something like $30 a month on our Patreons. It's not a big Patreon, but because of that support, we're able to do the postage on the prices without taking it out of the donations, which is we don't want to do that. So we top it up ourselves, and we try to never take money out of the charity in order to make the fundraising happen. We have an agreement in place where we could, but when you see the price table we had last year, you'd understand why we put the measures in place to make sure we could send everything if we had to, but we always try to avoid doing it. We never have yet, and thank you to these guys for helping us to keep it that way. That's it.
That is it.
Alright.
We will see you next Saturday for 24 hours of our lives.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
We'll see you then. Bye.